y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the tireless tangler. I want to welcome you back to the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2021. Thank you guys so much for being with me today and each day on this journey. Our tangle for today is going to be Susie. It is by Livia Chua, and the name comes because it is super easy. Susie. All right, so let's get started. You are going to like this, all of my organic people. We haven't done something, well, we probably have been doing organics as we went along. But I was in the mood for something really organic. And we haven't done a radial pattern for a while, so this is both of those things. All right, so this starts with a dot, and I was going to put it in the center of my tile, but I'm thinking I want to put it over a little bit towards the side. Let me get this. All right, so I'm going to start with a small, or whatever size orb you want. Okay, and I'm drawing in brown today with my brown 01. And you may see my 005 in brown. You may see a black 01. I'm not really sure yet. So to this little orb, we're going to put 3 sort of teardrop shapes. They don't have to be perfect. Something like this. Okay. All right, so now in between this, we are going to draw these almost little heart shapes. Like this. That's pretty, isn't it? Well, and for all of you guys out there that aren't really into the floral thing, learn to do these anyway. This will still expand your ability to make tangles work together. And so just because we women like these doesn't mean there's no value in them. Okay. And then, of course, in the middles of these, you can decorate in whatever fashion you like. I think I'm just going to be whimsical today. We'll leave it like that and see what happens. Really sorry about the traffic noise. I had my heart test earlier today, and so it's really late in the day. It's almost 1600 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, and so everybody is going to be coming home from work, and I can't afford to wait any longer to do this until things settle down. So please have patience with that. All right, well, that last one got a little crazy, but I like it. Now, what do? Well, each place as we go where we find one of these little V shapes in between, we're going to just add another of these little heart things. Yeah? We're just going to keep tucking them in there behind. Yeah, take your time. You can make these as large or as small as you want. Can't get it wrong. And even when you do, it's okay. Just tuck those in wherever you want to. If you get a great big one like this, just, you know, do what you want. Just keep adding these little 2-bump heart top things, little petals. Now, Linda Farmer acknowledges that this is very similar tangle to the Tangle Mumsy. I think that's by Sandy Steen Bartholomew. I'm not sure. I may have my deconstructor wrong on that. But there are a lot of other tangles at this point on tangle patterns, but this is that are similar to this. But this is one of the very first ones. I think in her article, Linda says this is from 2010 or something in there. The first year she was publishing tangle patterns, I think. So one of the things I'm doing right now, I haven't decided if I want to add another row around here. Probably, maybe, possibly. But I don't have to either way. What I'm going to do is ink all of these little spots where my petal shape should look a little bit different. I'm just gonna, you know, put a little weight in there, put a little dark. Are you wanting to come up, Simba? Come on, come on, up. Good boy, good boy. Simba's in the house. All right. And now, I think I want to round between my petals. Again, not something you must do, not in the step out. This is just a me thing. All right, comfy Sam. Okay, that's sort of already got a lot of ink. So we'll give it some more. I needed something to focus on today, and this is a good thing. While I was in the machine, I'm just kidding. While I was, it was a CT scan of my heart with dye and all of that business, and so they messed with me quite a bit today. And so I was in the machine. I was thinking about all you guys, sending your positive thoughts and healing energy my way, and I just really appreciate it. It made me smile. So I really appreciated knowing that you guys were thinking of me today. Thank you very much. Now, whether I do another row or not, this is going to be good. So, just a little bit more. There. So I wanted something easy that I could just sit and enjoy with you guys today. Not that yesterday wasn't good. Yesterday was good. I was so zenned out that I did not realize that it had been 2 hours. And I was very relaxed at that point. I wasn't antsy or anything. So I just figured, you know, that one was for you guys that love to watch to the end. And, you know, nobody else has to watch it if they don't want to. But I know y'all are going to do it anyway. Okay. Now, I probably will do some sort of a repetition of what I've got in here. But again, this is all personal choice. You may do as you wish. You can just put simple flicks if you want. I am just in the mood to and need to decorate and make something pretty. So that is what I'm going to do today. And this pretty tangle was just the perfect avenue for that. I try not to indulge my need for floral, pretty stuff too much, because I know that that's not what we always need. But for today, I just needed something like this. And I hope you guys don't mind too much. I spent some time earlier on Instagram. I haven't gotten to everybody's messages yet, I'm sorry. But I was looking at Tomas Padros's Instagram account and looking at all his patterns. I still hadn't decided what I wanted to do today. And he always has such good things on there. If you guys do not follow Tomas on Instagram, you definitely should. Not just for the patterns, but because he's an excellent teacher. And he has amazing instincts for teaching. And everything he has on there is bilingual between Spanish and English. And you should check them out. But I was so inspired by everything that he's been doing that it was hard for me to get away. All right, so I think I do want to add at least one more row. And so I'm going to approach that from the other direction so you guys can see. I'm going to approach that by going between these sections like this first. And then I'll maybe something like that. You know, you got to figure it out. So do I. And yeah. There you go. Figuring it out. That didn't work out. But it's gonna be okay. These petals don't have to be perfect. They can be whatever size you want. On her step out, Livia says, go as big as you want. You can make these misshapen as well, so they don't all have to be just perfectly symmetrical. I can make them funky, although I didn't do it on purpose. It's going to be okay if it is. And we did a lot of radial tangles last year, and so I know that we did several that were similar to this. So go to town, people. I know you can. All right, more decorating. Woo-hoo. Focus on each stroke of the pen. Remember, if you've got a big art project that you're working on, that is great. If you want to make these tiles into a big art project, as I frequently do, that is fine. But you also need to know that this is about relaxation, okay? Relax. Breathe. Think positive thoughts. I don't think I had very many bijouisms left on today's video. I'm doing tomorrow's. On today's video. So leave me some bijouisms or I'll go look some up. And then where are you going to be? I'm just kidding. I really do want to know which one speaks to you the best. Which one is the most meaningful? For me, you know, it's, I don't know, it's a toss-up between gratitude and slow down. Although no mistakes is pretty pivotal. Pretty pivotal. Isn't it amazing what little dots will do for you in straight lines? It's pretty awesome. Mari is mauling his game controller over there. I need y'all to give that video a few more likes so that Mari will have to draw with me in a live stream. Yeah, we're gonna get that kid. I don't know what that dot was for, but there you go. It's one of those because I can dots. Here. How easy was that to create just a pretty radial thing? Okay, so next what do I want to do? Well, I probably will come back through here and add more rounding in between my petals so that my outer ring is comparable to the others. And that just adds a little bit of interest, a little bit of drama. You don't have to do it. Okay. Okay. Just take your time. Pay attention to the details. It'll all work out. Remember, we're not in a hurry. Bloody breathe. I see Carlito is back. Welcome back, Carlito. We're glad to have you. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, so I am thinking a little dotted jelly roll here and there, a little colored pencil. We're gonna have something pretty going on. So now, I am dying to put some Crazy Huggins in here. And the problem with that is I don't know how it's going to turn out, and I know what you CZTs and other people that are good at Crazy Huggins are saying, that you're not supposed to know how it turns out. It's supposed to just do it. But I always end up with a stray dot somewhere. So I'm going to do it anyway because I am living large today. And I think I'll draw it in black. But first, I think I would like to put... Is it? Do I want my aura in black or do I want it in brown? Maybe thicker. I guess we're going to do it in black. So I'm going to start an aura a little ways out from this, not too far out. So that when I start drawing in everything else over here, this doesn't get all mushed up with it. This is going to be a lovely aura with all those dips. Easy, Sim. No jerking today. Mommy's on a roll. No one's coming, you're good. Although the last few days there have been a ton of packages coming. Thank you guys so much for your generosity and the things that you have sent me. that shades journal. Somebody sent me a shades journal. Did I already say this yesterday? Because my brain is gone. It's a Zentangle journal with dark, different colored pages. There's black and tan and gray and brown and ivory and that kind of stuff. It's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so for now, I'm going to step away from that, and I'm going to put some random like dots here and there, and I'm going to put in some Crazy Huggins and hope like goodness that it's going to work, because I love doing this tangle, but I almost need somebody's dots to help me get there. So I'm going to be a brave girl. We want an even number of dots, if that is, I understand this tangle at all correctly. And we want to randomly intersperse these dots. I'm also going to change the size of mine. I'm not being very random, am I? It's because I'm afraid to do this and on a tile in front of everyone. All right, just so it's, leave me alone. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to, this isn't really truly very random at all. So I am going to, now I'm really scared to mess it up. I am going to, no fear, Cindy. I am going to make my first Huggins stroke, or Huggins-like stroke. And I'm going to do this under. So I'm going to take off from this side of this big dot, or orb. And I'm going to put a slightly curved line, and I'm going to land on the side of the same side of the next orb over. Okay. Okay. So now what I want to do is the next two over here, I want to go in the opposite direction. Now, I played with the idea of doing Huggins with you, a regular Huggins with you, before we tried this, but I thought, nah. Well, I did Huggins the very first year that I did this project, and that was what that was the basis of the interwoven thing that we did. So it was kind of a big deal that year, and so I've sort of let that lie. But it's such a pivotal sort of Zentangle process, isn't it? So this is going to go this way. Now, how do you know which way to connect these? You know because you don't want to cross this line coming out. For example, I cannot make a stroke over here without crossing this line, right? I cannot make a stroke over this way, or I would cross these lines. Does that sort of make sense? Now over here, I am going to connect these, but I'm going to do it from here to here where I don't cross any lines. Yeah? Now this is necessarily going to make these all look wild and wonky, okay? And that is why we call it Crazy Huggins. Yeah? Okay, let's try to go on from here and figure this out. So this one will have to be this direction because we can't cross all these lines, right? All right, and we can't go this direction, but we can go this direction here. Yeah, and look, this works. Yeah, like this. So I'm going to connect these two. And I can't do them this way. So I'm going to have to connect these two this way. All right. Yeah. So this one, of course, will be opposite of this. So it also has to connect this way. Okay. Now, I can't see what's going on under here, right? But I know that this one is going to have another one coming up here. It's going to be opposite this, or mirroring the other side, right? Now let's look at what we've got over here. So these need to be opposite of these. So we're going to go around this side. Okay, and then when we fit these in, we can't go this way without crossing lines. So we'll have to go this way. Yeah. Now trust me, this is going to work out. You might think, what are we doing? Trust me, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I'm going to draw some more up here, pointing that this way. And I'm just going to finish these all out as if there were some place for these guys to go. All right. It does not matter if they match. Remember, if you're confused about which side to go on, this will tell you you don't want to cross these lines, so you don't want to go back this way. You want to come this way. Okay. And then just connect those with the sides in whatever way you want. Just work from one circle or one orb to the next, and it's all going to work out. So I want to get kind of cute in these big orbs over here. Maybe. I don't know if they'll stay cute, but we'll see. And maybe put 2 parallel lines in here. Then it looks sort of like a screw, right? And let's do another one, but pointed a little bit differently. And now I think I will ink the rest of these. Now, I know this seems complicated, but it really, really isn't. If you're familiar with Huggins, then you're going to recognize how to do the strokes. If you're not, there are lots and lots of Huggins tutorials, including my own. So if you want to go back and take a look at the setup for the very first 100 Days of Zentangle in 2019, I have a Huggins as a Celtic knot video in that playlist, and that is the one that explains Huggins. All right, so very cool. All right, so you guys may not recognize what the possibilities here, but I do. So you're just going to have to trust me. All right, so I'm going to switch back to my 01 in black. I'm kind of excited. This is fun. I love, love, love working on Renaissance tiles. Thank you to whoever sent me these tiles. I so appreciate them. So what I'm going to do is just like when we did What the Well, okay? I'm going to go through here and aura all of my lines, and I'm going to aura on the same direction. Okay? So I'm going to truly aura these lines. You can make these auras thin and close to these lines as you want to, or you can leave yourself extra room. Do it whatever way makes you happy. Now here, again, we're not going to cross any lines, so we're going to aura the line that we already drew. Okay, and I don't think we can see the rest of that. And just keep going. Go from line to line. This is going to help. What we're going to have is an interwoven sort of overlapping look to these sections, just as we did in What the Well, which I cannot stop drawing, by the way. And once I got it figured out, now I can draw it, you know, all over the place like crazy. So keep practicing if you're struggling with it. It's definitely worth the time. So just look at your lines. Which way can you go that's going to match the line that you already drew? You will find yourself going around these screws or orbs or whatever we're going to call them today. Because, you know, depending on the mood I'm in, they could be whatever. There. Remember, if you've got something there, an ink line, just pick up your pen, draw behind. You know, you would think I would be all wound up about the test. I'm really not. I'm very zenful. I'm very peaceful. Well, thank you for all the positive thoughts. All right, Simba. No squirrel dreams. No squirrel dreams. Not right now. You can chase squirrels after a bit. Those ornery critters. Boy, squirrels can be mean, can't they? Any of you guys have squirrel stories for me? Yeah, my mother, I used to want to feed the squirrels. They were so cute. She used to go, they're rats, they're vermin. It's like, okay, but they're still cute. Let's feed them. Yeah, you know what happens when you feed them? They bring an army and they destroy your property. It's terrible. Yeah. Just saying. It's not that I have anything against squirrels. They are cute. They're also mean. I used to grow citronella plants. They're really, really easy to start. They're one of those plants that you can just put in dirt and water them, and they will grow roots on their own. And I had a squirrel that just had it in for me. And he would come down and he would crawl across my feet while I was sitting there. And it was war then, I'll tell you. All right. So this is where I'm at. Maybe you can start to see the possibilities now. now what we have are opportunities for embellishing, okay? And one of the things I really love that you can do with Huggins embellishments is to do this sort of like sort of a triangular thing coming out. Yeah, and then you can like aura it, or you can ink it. Or both. Yeah, and then you put one on the opposite side. Just sort of go with your situation. If you guys haven't done this before, you'll be amazed at what we get with this. Okay, something like that. And then maybe do another aura. And they don't have to be perfect. And then maybe you can put some little highlighted orbs in there. And that is a very, very simple way to dress something up. Now, you can go further in here, and for now, I am going to repeat what I'm doing, but also you could put something completely different in yours, or change it up each square, or whatever shape you end up with. So it really is completely, entirely up to you how you decorate these. Anything you can do to give the sense of continuation from edge to edge is always a good thing. Oh, Simba's got it. He's going. Get that squirrel, Sam. Get that squirrel. Okay. Yeah. Simba. Simba. Let's leave that squirrel out of this, bud. Okay, so I think I'll continue this and then see where I'm at, and I may very well add more. We'll see. And you don't need to worry if they're not matching up. If you can match them up, that's great. If they're not going to match up, don't worry. Just repeat your pattern. The great thing about Crazy Huggins is it doesn't have to match. That's the whole point. I'm sure that happened when somebody got a dot in the wrong place or an orb in the wrong place and just decided to connect it anyway. There you go. That's how those things happen. Okay. All right. And like I said, you do your thing. There are so many different ways. Any of the fills that were used on What the Well will work here. Any of them. Plus a bazillion more. That's a lot. I'm going to say hi to my enders. Hi, enders. If I haven't told you lately, you rock. All right. Consider the size of the section that you're working in when you decide on the size of whatever elements you're using for embellishing, so that you can have something that will work within the space that you've got. And with these kinds of things, it's always best to start simple and then work out from there. That way you don't have big regrets when you get to the end. All right. Probably can't see that one much. We'll just do that. You know, just pretend you know what's going on there and go for it. All right. Let's see. Yep, it's dinner time. It's actually Friday night. Can't believe we got through another week. I don't know where it went. But I almost didn't notice it passing. It went so fast. I hope you guys have something relaxing and very nice planned for the weekend. If you're going to be indoors, I hope you will hang out with me for a while. I will, of course, be here with you. All right. Oops, forgot my aura over here. We'll get there, we'll get there. I really don't have room for another one, but I'm going to put one in here anyway. Because it's Crazy Huggins, right? All right, a few more here. Well, I almost inked in the wrong part. for the person that left the comment about the Uniball Signo gel pens, the white gel pens, I have used those. I have one with me that I plan to use today. I have about the same issues with them as I do with the jelly rolls. It's not all the time, and frequently they work very well, but not always. And so, you know, it's nice if you have something that always works, but, you know, sometimes you don't. So, yes, I think they are also very good gel pens. I think the reason I choose to use jelly rolls is, and I don't know that this is true, but I feel like their ink is a little brighter white. But again, I don't know if that's actually true. It's just the impression that I get. Okay. These highlights are going to be all over the place, aren't they? It's all right. It's Crazy Huggins. So we can, can't we? There. Okay, and an aura. Yeah. We're just going to let that one continue into perpetuity. Isn't that a good word? Perpetuity. I don't know. It's one of those things. Let's check this time and see how relaxed we are. Ooh, 49 minutes. We're doing well today. Well, we're not actually doing well. Although I'm thinking seriously about doing well. That might be fun. Okay. Oh, yeah. Aura. And maybe an orb. We'll take it. All right, let me see if I have missed anything. Oh, we need some more orbs in these two spots, don't we? Oh, no, I need a decoration over here. Once again, you can put whatever is in your heart to put over here. Just slap it down. Just do it. I'm just kidding. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Don't slap. Take your time. Stuff's coming out of my mouth and I don't know where it came from today. I'd like to blame River because she's snoring loudly, but it's really not her fault. You know, the new guy around always gets the blame for everything. Of course, on our side, she really does get into everything and destroy it. She's usually guilty. A couple of these orbs over here. Who knows what side I'm going to put all the highlights on. And I may not care at that point. I may leave them wherever they're at. Wow, that dog is loud. Now, let's take a look. What about over here? Do a partial. Okay, and an aura. And what about over here? Okay, wow. All right, well, that's kind of cool. And I did manage to get Crazy Huggins even in there, even though it's not nearly as crazy as I would have liked. Don't ask me why I have this weird fascination with this. I forgot a few of my orbs. All right. So now comes the fun shading. I reserve the right to come back and do other stuff in here decoration-wise. But for now, this is where I'm going to stop. Unless I've missed something important somewhere. All right. We'll do that. Okay, there, pretty good. All right, so let's grab the pencil and see what we get to do with this. So I'm going to do a first shading run with just a graphite pencil so that you can have a clear idea of how I'm going to approach the shading on this. Then what I'm going to do is bring in a brown colored pencil from my Verithin, either the dark umber or the Tuscan Red probably is the one I will get. I like how red it is, but you may not. I also have my pumpkin orange here that I may use to sort of blend some color interest in here. But I'm going to start with my graphite pencil, and I'm going to start with my Susie. So I'm just going to lay a little color around the edges. Over here visiting the neighbors. Okay. Okay. So in the front of this, here's my tortillon. So I don't get a lot of color when I do this the first time around, but I don't intend to, and I don't put the color down particularly heavily. Those of you who are struggling with getting too much graphite, don't forget you can switch to an F pencil. It doesn't have to be the kind I use. Any F pencil is going to be a bit harder and not quite have so much graphite in it. And even a small change like that can make a big difference. So just know that's a possibility if you're struggling with that. All right, now. So now I've got a little bit of color under there, even though it's very shiny where you guys are. So then I think I'm going to come in with my, well, I'm going to try the dark umber first. But I don't think that's going to give me what I want color-wise. I mean, it's definitely brown. It's definitely a neutral brown. If it were burnt umber, I would probably like it better. That's pretty, that has a lot of red in it. But this is how the dark umber looks on top of that pencil. Yeah, the hogs are out. Motorcycles are out today. All right. So, not just particularly thrilled with that choice. I'm going to try my Tuscan Red now. I'll warn you now, it's pretty red. It's a brownish red. But I really like the tint of this brownish red in conjunction with the Renaissance tiles and with the brown ink and black ink mix. So I really like it. It also seems to blend very nicely with the brown from the microns, as far as the tint goes, or the hue, or whatever it is. Don't make me think today. I'm not doing it. So see, I really like that, and it's not so shiny, and it sort of blends with the tile a little bit better than the gray from the graphite. At least for me it does. And again, you can do whatever you want. This is just my way of doing my tile. If you want to do my way, that's cool, and if not, don't. Remember, if you're using colored pencils, to keep them as sharp as possible. I think I saw, and I can't remember who it was, and it's in the comments of one of these videos, and I need to go back and look for it, but somebody said Polly, was it you that said they had bought the blue AFMAT pencil sharpener that I had, and then was there another one that you had to send yours back? I'm not sure I got the whole thing, so let me know what's up with that. If you found a better one, then I appreciate you sharing that. That is always good to know. All right, so I'm going to blend this out just a little bit, and depending on how that works, I may come back in with blending solution, but probably not in this case. Once I use blending solution on the Tuscan Red, it really gets red. So I prefer not to in this instance, because I like the blend of colors the way it is right now. It's a little bit brown, a little bit red. Once we unlock the pigment, then it's red. It's very red. All right, reminds me of like brick red or something like that. Okay. So that's where I'm at with that. Now I'm going to go back through here. And I think I'm going to stick with my Tuscan Red for now. And I can always brown that down with my dark umber if that's what I want to do. So I'm just going to pick a spot and start. And I'm going to run the opposite side from the aura, okay? So if you did black and brown like me, then the opposite side from where your brown ink is. Okay. And you can really see the red here without that other pencil over it. And so I may very well come in with this dark umber and just sort of make that be a little bit more serious. Like this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Continuing. My easel was so loud when I was doing my colored pencil flicks on the last video. I was horrified by how loud that was and distracting and annoying. So try to avoid that. Okay. The more of this you do, the cooler your Crazy Huggins is going to look. Try really hard to get right on your line. Particularly with colored pencil. Those little slivers where you miss are really visible. Same goes for graphite. Simba. Goodness. Remember, opposite your brown aura. Or at least opposite my brown aura. I don't know what kind of auras you've got. All right. Remember, I can still blend all of this, which is why I use these Verathins, because they're not as permanent a solution as some others that I could take. There. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. All right. So let's blend some out and also work on deepening the shadows coming and going here. Let me see. Where's my other one? Where'd my other pencil go? There it is. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go with my dark umber now over that same area and just deepen right next to that line the color that is right there. Make it a little bit less red, a little bit darker and more intense. And then when we blend that out, it won't be quite so faded. And those blend up really well together. Remember, colored pencils need layers. So this is just the first section, the first set of layers. Okay, now let me try blending some of this and we'll reassess and see where we're at. Probably coming to the end. Look at that, that blends so nice. So nicely. Grammar, please. I know, I'm gonna have to start walking the walk, aren't I? That kid will never quit. God help me if I'm ever wrong. Just God help me. Now, if you have got a lot of black ink pooled in your in these spots, and you're using a tortillon over them, be really careful about scrubbing too hard. You're going to bring the tooth right up, which is what I did right there. So be gentle, particularly if you're going over ink spots where the ink has pooled. Wow, there you go. Now that's an interesting tile, don't you think? And of course, as always with Renaissance tiles or tan tiles or box backs, you guys are awesome at those. You can also use highlights. So if you like, if I can you can rub some of that on there real gently. Just sort of right there in the middles. Yeah, something like this. Just to sort of accentuate some things. Now I will be going back through here for sure, adding a lot more shading, both with regular pencil and with colored pencil. I will be redoing my highlights to make those nicer and brighter and smoother. All of those finishing touch things that we do. River, river, river. All right. All right. So at this point, you know, you can finish your tile in any way that you feel will give you the result that you want. But I will be adding more everything probably. I will probably come in with my pencil and do something around here. Maybe I'll use my pumpkin orange pencil to do some shading in here. I'm not sure. But I know that this white charcoal is going to do great things on that little flower pattern too, or this radial tangle. Just take the time you need to do the little things right. So, you know, on these bulgy parts, just put a little charcoal right there. But of course, I haven't added my shading in the middle and all of that. I wanted to focus on Crazy Huggins for you guys so that you would sort of have a place to start. Isn't this a lot of fun? I just love these. I love Crazy Huggins. I just love it. I just think you can get lost looking at it. Anyway, I'll stop. Okay, guys, this is where I'm going to leave you today. Thank you so much for being with me. Don't forget to leave your bijouisms for me in comments. I am looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Whew, we are coming up on it. 30 days. We're getting close. All right, I'm going to see you then.